Sunday shop do 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 Sunday shop do 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 Sunday shop do 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 do. Ah, hello, 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 hello. How are we this week? Weekend, evening, whatever. Oh, he's smoking chat again. Howdy, Jeremy. If that is you still here. And Scotty Too Hotty is here as well. Good evening, Scottster. How are you, sir? I didn't quite get around to finishing my first ciggy. Hang on. So yes, it's been an interesting week. Should we put it that way? Um, yeah, interesting. We have new fish. We have said goodbye to some old fish. We have sworn at fish. We have said sorry to fish. And that's kind of what's been going on around here this week, really. Um, yeah, an interesting week in the fish room. So if we start out on the positives, the batch of longfin super red bristlenoses all hatched on Monday and are now in a breeder box. Doing well. They're off their yolks and onto algae wafers and stuffs, so all good there. Well, joy. Notifications. Why does it tell me I've gone live? Oh, I don't know. So yeah, that was all good. No other issues down that end of the fish room. And no, I don't want to buy that again. Go away, you silly notification. Why does this always happen? And then the notification won't go away and I can't see the chat. Thanks, that's really helpful. Oh, how many times do I have to click things for not actually do anything? Let's try putting it in live chat for a start. Let's see if that helps. Yeah, so what has been occurring? Oh, Bertie and Spotty had another clutch. The bristlenoses in here on Wednesday. Hello, Patty, my dear, and Scully, how you doing? So yes, new batch of bristlenose eggs on Thursday. Ooh, yay, more bristlenoses. Where the hell am I going to put them? But yay, more bristlenoses. That batch would have brought me up to 1,000. Eek. And Duca Eduardo is here. Good evening, sir. And Michael Long, hello. Hope all is well. Then I woke up Friday morning, went and did some shopping, and I came home and I looked at the tank, spotted straight away, hang on, that cave looks empty. Spotty doesn't abandon his eggs. Look in the cave. There's no eggs in the cave. There is, however, a clown loach hanging about right outside the cave with a very full-looking stomach. So yes, my two fat clown loaches got just to the right size where they could get into the cave, and were also just small enough to fit in the cave, but big enough to bully poor Spotty out of the cave, and they ate the eggs. So when I called the LFS yesterday about taking in some bristlenoses and some shrimp and stuff, they said yes. So today we sold 60 bristlenoses, 40 shrimp, and 4.5, 5-inch clown loaches. Yes, they've gone. My general experience with loaches is once they do something like that, they just carry on. And chatting to the guy in the shop today, their large clown loaches decided one day it was the time to start eating the fire eels. So yeah, these things happen. Anyway, so I better get back to the chat because there's people rolling in and I don't want to miss anyone. I don't want to be that person. So we had Michael. I got that far. And Barbara, hello, my dear. Marit, my darling, how are you, my love? Good to see you. Looking forward to seeing pictures of your puppy. No, I didn't pluralise that. And Steph is here, IHSP's Tank Tribe. Also a Zach friend as well. And Lady Metalhead's here. God dear. And GB. All the cool dudes are here. And dudettes. And new local Austin's here. Oh dear, I'm popular. What's going on? So purely for Lady Metalhead. Metal t-shirt. So yes, as you may have guessed by the title today, today is my 5-year anniversary with Mary. So, oh yay! Ooh, I'd like to have seen that, Marit. But yeah, so 5 years Mary's been putting up with me for. So God knows why, but you know, she must be able to do better than me. But there we go. And she spoilt me rotten again. She always does. She got me. What do we get? We've got chockies. We got large pack of ghost chili pork scratchings without passing out being picked up by ambulance. Yeah, that does help, Marit. If you don't like collapse, it's usually a good sign. I'll take that. And a couple of books, and she gave me some wood as well. A little wooden plaque thing, lovey-dovey stuff on it. Oh, pardon me, and wind apparently. Nothing new there really. Gosh, nearly split my ring earlier, dropping one. Anyway, so yes, the clown loaches have gone. Still seems to be a national shortage of panda cories. We shall find something amusing. Evening, Paul. Oh, it's puppy day tomorrow, is it, Marit? Oh, yes. Is it puppy day or Valentine's? Is it? It's definitely Valentine's. I know that much. Makes it a lot easier to remember your anniversary when it's the day before Valentine's Day, and you sort of wander into kind of any shop, and there's just like pictures of hearts and stuff everywhere. It's like, aha, puppy. Looking forward to the puppy more than the Valentine's. Yeah, don't blame you really. And I'm sure we will be seeing puppy videos on Facebook or YouTube even at some point. And it's Mother's Day today. Oh dear. Well, happy Mother's Day, Marit. And to all the other lovely ladies, if your fella or significant other, well, let's be honest, insignificant other, happens to forget Valentine's Day, so you at least have one kiss. And yeah, that's me being soppy. Trying to keep my eyes open. So yes, that's pretty much where we are. So now we're looking for some new friends to go in there. They've got to get on well with certain residents. Now it's going to sound nasty, but I'm not overly fussed. I mean, I'd rather nothing bad happened, but Chop Daniels are on their last legs. mollies are mollies, and black neons are black neons. So the only other things in that tank at the moment are the 9 albino cories, which are cories, so they're awesome. The 2 male electric blue acaras, and most importantly, Bertie and Spotty the bristle noses. So if anyone's got ideas, I'm happy to listen. Kind of thinking Bolivian rams at the moment would be cool. I definitely don't want another loach, because I seem to have bad luck with loaches. And any other sort of larger type cichlid, including angelfish with the acaras, is a bad idea, because, to be honest, the acaras don't defend themselves. There are mollies swimming around in there that are ½ inch long. Right? The acaras won't touch them. They're just not interested. Scott's not any. Oh no. 75%. Okay. That's the day after, Scott. So the day after, you'll be able to buy yourself all the flowers and chocolates you want. And the angels will eat the babies, exactly. Mikey. Yeah, so no angelfish, definitely. Well, basically no cichlids other than dwarves. I'm not even, I say something like a pistos, I'm not even sure whether the acaras would deal with. They're just so soppy, it's unreal. The only fish they fight with is each other. I do a bit of lip locking, and that's about it. As soon as someone gets a bit of a scuff, they stop. Oh, how they got beaten up by jewel cichlids that were a quarter the size of them. Still not sponsored. If any energy drink manufacturer would like to sponsor me, I am open to offers. Just none of your sugar-free stuff. Puppy Day tomorrow candy you can eat all year long. Exactly. But it won't be special heart-shaped candy. It's like Cadbury's cream eggs. They're only around at Easter time. You're thinking, why? You'd sell them all year round. Oh, pardon me. Oh dear. So there we go. What were the videos this week? Was the final part of the bristlenose breeding series went up. So that's all done now. You can relax. And the silly short was King of the Swingers. And then yesterday was the interior tour of St Mary's Church in Gislingham. Mufti's here. Hello. Exactly. As long as they're sweet and tasty, it don't matter what shape they are. Yes, exactly. Well, I did get chocolates, so they won't last very long. And I'll try and make them last longer than I make the pork scratchings last, but that's more dependent on how my teeth deal with them. So yeah, I did actually film a video in the LFS today of the furry and feathery section, but I've got to watch it back to check because it was just full of idiots, basically. You know, the kind of people who will see you standing there holding a video camera and talking, and then I'll stand right in front of you and start talking really loudly. Almost like they're doing it on purpose. You know, I'll say when I'm filming in one of these places, out in a shop or store or church, graveyard, whatever, if there are other people around, especially children, I'm very careful to A, stay out of their way, and B, not point the camera at people. Some people get very funny about having cameras pointed at them, even accidentally. So it's like, oh, there's kids. Yeah. Oh, look at my feet for a bit. There we go. We're safe again. But no, annoying gits that just stand in front of you and give completely the wrong information as well, really. So yeah, well, I'll have to watch that back, see just how bad it was. There's all sorts of very cute animals. We've got guinea pigs and bunnies and rats, mice, psycho dwarf evil mofos, hamsters, canaries, budgies, cockatiels, parakeets, parrots, finches, hornbills. Yes, keep the bucket up to fill my graveyard. Well, no, might be a bit of a trick for me to get there. I think I might know someone closer though, Jeremy. Um, but if I do come and film it, Jeremy, you're going to have to turn up in the video, I'm afraid. If I'm going to come all the way over to film it, you better show up on film. And if anyone tries to claim I faked it, we're using clever editing software. They've never seen any of my videos. Yeah, you see like the things where it's like such and such recorded this, but of the other 800 videos on their channel, there's not a single one about the paranormal. And you're thinking, yeah, okay, that's probably actually happened then. With mine, it'd be well, there's this, and we're not quite sure, but of the other however many hundred videos on the channel, there's never once been any editing going on. And everyone says, yeah, Sharpe don't edit. Sharpe can't edit. Sharpe's a dumbass. Well, with that kind of stuff. And just to say, Jeremy, if it happens, if you outlive me, or I outlive you, sorry, and I film you, there's definitely need to be you're going to need to say something so I can say, and Daniel's here. Yeah, so something like, and Jeremy spoke in churchyard today, or something along those lines. Danny boy, greetings, Daniel Sam. As you know, kind of what happened. We no longer have clown loaches. We solidified them today. They're actually surprisingly easy to catch because they're quite chunky, and I'm used to catching ickle fish. Big net, and the hardest part was finding the bloody things. Once you get them out of cover, they're easy to catch because they're big, and you get them in the net and they can't squirm out quite as easily as little fish do. You know that one where you get the net, you get the fish in the net, trapped up against the glass, and because it's small, it finds a tiny little gap to get through. Yeah, doesn't happen when they get bigger. They try and you have to be careful when you get them out because then they start jumping out of the net. That's a bit more of a problem. And that went pear-shaped because the bag I put them in, when I went to do the bag up, it was like, where's that water coming from? Oh, bugger. Rebag. But yeah, all done, dusted. They're gone. I've got monies for them. Catching's part of the fun, like Pokemon. Yeah, I will be honest, there are things I prefer catching and things I don't like catching. Trying to catch shell dwellers is a nightmare, which is why you kind of have to sneakify it. Weirdly, the mollies in these tanks, if I put, like, when I'm doing the water changes, I'll stick the jug in, fill it up with water to take the water out. There'll be half a dozen bloody mollies in the bottom of it, and I'm going, what the? As soon as I go anywhere near it with a net, all the mollies vanish. So that's basically what I've been doing. As I do water changes now on the tanks with the mollies in, and I get the jug and there are mollies in the jug, I pour that out into the net and then put them in there. It's just easier. But yeah, so we now have another 100 super red bristle noses. We should have had another 150 common bristle noses, but we don't. That's pretty much where we're at. Getting a bit low on shrimpies. There's definitely not 300 of them in there anymore. It's one of those ones where when you go to catch them, shrimp, they all vanish. You can't find any of them. You're like hunting around for a shrimp. 2 hours later, you look back in the tank, there's bloody hundreds of them everywhere. Yeah. So, I think we might have to have a bit of a redo on that one at some point. Let's see where they go. I'll catch them all. Yeah, no, you don't. Oh, I love being of the age when I completely missed Pokemon. I was too old for it, and I didn't have kids, so I didn't have to put up with that aspect. And yes, that's giving me a big dent in the forehead. Same with Harry Potter. I completely missed that as well, thankfully. I was too old for it and no kids. So, yay. I don't need Harry Potter. I had Lord of the Rings growing up. Who needs a second-rate knockoff? So what else have we been up to? So what's coming up this week on Le Chanel? Yeah, all holding up little signs saying "Miss me." Yeah, they do that. Definitely. Yeah, there is the voice of someone who's tried to catch shrimp. Especially if you've got a big pile of moss in the tank and algae everywhere. It's just, So this week, what we got? We have. I'm undecided. So tomorrow will either be something that everyone needs in their fish room, but I'm pretty sure most people don't have, or water changing the shrimp tank. One of those videos is about 5-6 minutes long. The other one's about 20 odd minutes long, I think. Then we'll have another midweek silly short video. Yes, more singing. Probably no creepy demon voice this week though. Then, speaking of churchyards, Friday is going to be a tour of my local churchyard cemetery, where I managed to make people think I'm weird. And that was just the living. Easiest fish to catch, guppies. Oh god, guppies in a tank is a nightmare. If you want to catch something else, you'll end up with a bloody net full of guppies. They just swim into the blooming thing. You put a net in there and they swim into it, even if you don't want to catch them. I'll say that's the other thing with shrimp as well. For every one saleable sized shrimp you catch, there's going to be at least one more shrimplet in the net that you don't spot until you tip it out in the bag. And then when you doing the bag up, you realise there's actually about double the amount of shrimp in there you thought there were, because you've cleared half your shrimplets out accidentally. Yeah, so guppies are I don't know whether it's they're dumb or they're just really inquisitive. Aha! Hello, Tennessee fish keeper. Hello, Sharpe from the Minister Brandon as a fish keeper. The ministering fish keeper. And all that stuff. Yeah, I know I got it wrong. I used to get it wrong on purpose when I got sent to church. Oh, and Pascurmanput is in as well. Oh dear. Let's get rid of Pascurmanput. Come on. Remove. So many friends separate with different accounts. Oh, I confuse people because so I started out oh, Dan accidentally deleted the wrong message. Oh dear. You accidentally deleting Marriott. Yes, you are. Yeah, so that's like my channel started out as scale modeling. Then I started doing some fishy stuff. Then I stopped doing the modeling stuff. And then I moved on with the local history paranormal stuff as well. So, yeah, I've had some very confused subscribers over the years. Thankfully, some have stayed around for quite a while. Yeah. It was just your message got deleted. That's all. Yeah, I think I might have deleted it a moment before you. Yeah, there's there's weird stuff. Hang on, I managed to hide Tennessee fish keeper. How do I unhide? Oh dear. Unhide user. There we go. Yeah, there were like 3 of us all clicking at the same time, I think, and yeah, it went a bit pear-shaped. Oh yeah, sorry, Brandon. That was a complete accident. Involves technology, and I suck at it. As everyone jumps on the troll, yes. It's weird because it's normally me that's a troll. So yeah, so it's my subscriber count isn't that high because I've like had a bunch, lost a bunch, had a bunch, lost a bunch. As I've changed what I've been doing with the channel, but no, it's my channel. I do what I want to do. If I take up a different hobby, I'll start doing videos on that as well. It's what I do. I don't delete the old stuff, it's still there. There's modeling videos that are like 4 years old, 5 years old that still get more views than stuff that I've recently done. So yeah, I ain't deleting them because they still make money. It was one of them Russian bot trolls turned up and we all jumped on him and then accidentally deleted everyone else in the process. At least it weren't a butt dial. That's or the butt blocks, as it were, that have happened in the past, where a moderator on someone's live stream has stuck their phone in their pocket and accidentally blocked half the chat. I think Josh Aquamate did that once on someone's stream. That was funny. Yeah. But, you know, no malice intended. So, oh dear. Why am I struggling with my eyeballs today? Yeah, it's just one of those complete accidents. It happens. They just stick the phone in the pocket, and phone screens being phone screens, it picks up butt cheek and deletes people. I think that happened to Tin Colour Guppy once on Mark's shrimp tanks, and for some reason he still can't get back. Mark's unblocked him and everything, and he still just doesn't show up. Ugh. Oh yeah, the butt dial. Yeah, I've seen that happen many a time. Which is why I don't put my phone in that pocket, and why I have a case with a flappy lid that covers it so it doesn't do that. A, because I'm old, and B, because it protects the screen, and C, because when you fold it back, it actually works as a stand and holds the phone up at an angle so you can watch stuff on it if you really want to. Not that I tend to watch much on the phone because the screen's so bloody small. Pardon me. And my eyesight's bad, so, you know. Oh, that video is in 4K. Well, it still looks like 380p or 480p to me because my eyesight's bad, especially on a screen that size. And it put in underground filter running on air and water's the cleanest it's ever been. Yeah, it's amazing, that, isn't it? All these new super high-tech filters, and the best water polishers are still the old style ones. As I say, we got proper old school, as Michael from Michael's Fish Tanks would call it, China filter, the old box filter, with just a couple of bits of sponge and some floss in it, and admittedly the water don't look too clean at the moment, but you know, we got Corey's feeding and Whistlenose is feeding, and you know, they tend to kick everything up. But yeah, sponge filters and air-driven filters do a great job of pulling all the fine particulates out of the water. Mr. Smelvin's here. Evening, Melvin. Hope all is well with you. I might have accidentally upset some salty people lately, but you know, it wouldn't be me if I didn't upset people. At least I weren't talking about filters. But hang on, and under gravel, yeah, it'll provide plenty enough mechanical filtration, enough water flow. Perfect. Biological gets done by everything else. Oh no, you need 8 kilos of blah 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 lava rock alpha grog. No, you don't. No, take that out and just stick some more sponge in there. Bacteria is perfectly happy to live on sponge as it is on something expensive. Save yourself a fortune. Brandon, are you in the Tennessee Fish Mafia? That is the main question. And yes, I do know my abbreviations for American states. Because I am Tennessee Fish Mafia UK branch. If you upset salty people, they become sodium. I find they get a bit actinic, Dan. Actually, that was one of the things I upset them about. I said, why is it whenever I see these salt tanks, they've all got those horrifically ugly blue lights on them? And it's like, oh, well, you know, because red light disappears first in the water in the spectrum, so you need the blue light to get there. Like, yep, the tank's only 2 foot deep. The red light's making it to the bottom. You don't need the blue. All that does is give everyone looking at the tank a bloody migraine. I mean, hell, big pleck tank down there. I say big. Yeah, big for me for a pleco tank. I don't put the lights on in that because that gives me a headache because it's too blimmin' blue. I mean, I know the 3 Japanese chaps who invented the blue LED won the Nobel Prize for Science for it because it's a very useful invention. I think it gets used a bit too much. Yeah, there was that. What was the other one? Oh, yeah, I upset them talking about cycling as well. What red lights? You can turn off the catfish. You hate blue light. Yeah, blue light is just. Our eyes don't do well with blue light. It's a scientific fact. Intense blue light gives humans headaches. It's why the emergency services have blue lights, because we notice it real well. And I think the other one they said, oh yeah, because then the corals show up better because the colours the corals emit is to protect themselves against the blue light. Right, so you're shining lights on them that make them stressed and suffer to make them what? But yeah, and then I suggested putting mollies in there. That didn't go down well either, because you know they're not expensive. It wouldn't be a week with Sharpe if I didn't upset someone, would it? No, let's be honest. People who know me well, Dan, Merritt, a couple of others, how often do I go through a week without upsetting somebody? Normally through common sense. Blue lights are the best lights to shine at annoying neighbours. Yeah. Or they're the nasty ones that people put outside at the back end of the year, normally in mid-November. So you have to go around with the wire cutters and chop the cables because, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm just an ornery middle-aged man. Lethal lasers. Oh, actually, yeah. That makes me think. The world's first Gauss rifle has gone into production for purchase. Okay, it's got the power of an air rifle at the moment, but it's a Gauss rifle, fully electronic weapon. I'm not awake. That's a good way to be. Good way to be is to generally not be awake. I find I'd get less upset by people if I'm asleep as well. Like given some of the dreams I've been having lately. Yeah, Marek knows me too well to give a floof. Exactly. It's if I'm being offensive to someone, they'll know it. another week or two Putin might take care of us all anyways. Yeah, nah. I mean, let's be honest, that's all blown up, but basically all he wants is to be able to get to the Black Sea ports without having to go via sea. So yeah, it's kind of understandable, but there's better ways to go about it than the way Vladimir does. Shoot someone who looks like. No, it fires a solid projectile. It's a couple of videos on forgotten weapons. Basically, it's just using magnet or electromagnets, so massive capacitors and coils to pull the projectile down the barrel and out the end of the weapon. And yes, I mean, okay, yeah, it's not that powerful. It's still bloody hurt if you got hit by it, because it's firing 50 cal steel dowel at 2 inches long. Yeah, that's going to hurt if that hits you, no matter what. So, yeah, as a first, and obviously as things improve, on firearms started out with muskets, and we've now got, not a rail gun, a coil gun. The rail gun, very similar but different. They do explain it in the first video, but it's kind of the exact opposite, but the same thing. Yeah, we're not doing politics anymore, Marriott. We're on to guns again. Yeah, very interesting. See you later, Brandon. Have fun, whatever you're doing. Show to Fish Keeper's friend list. Oh dear. Yeah, separate friend list for different groups. I just stuff everyone together. And then every once in a while I go through and go, who the hell are you? Delete. It happens. Thank you very much, Melvin. That's literally just like one of the cheapest ones I have on Amazon. And a bunch of 6-gallon tanks. Nothing posh. A couple of Nicrew lights, air pump, some Fluval U ones, and other random assorted filters. And then a slightly larger one on the bottom, and a lot of mess. But yeah, it works, does the trick. I might need another racking system at some point, according to Marriott. Although that might be the upside of the clown loaches having eaten a spawn of bristlenoses, is it means I can get the numbers down a bit and actually have some space. Hey, Hasbo. Thought playback is at half speed. Oh, geez, God knows what. I sound like on half speed. I bet I sound really drunk. Yeah. Yeah, so I've got one spare tank at the moment. I'll have 2 by Monday, because one lot of those will go down to the bottom. But I do have 2 batches of bristle noses, so it might be move them down, move that batch in, and then I've got that one spare for the super reds that are in the other breeder box. So yeah, if I'm going to get new fish, I need to do it quick, because I've basically got until either pair of bristle noses have another brood, or until the 3rd pair of bristle noses have a brood, or the clown bristle or clown plecos have a brood. Rico at double speed. Oh, geez. I don't want to know. It's probably as bad as having the subtitles on. It's, I have a good laugh on a Friday night when I'm watching the Aquarium Adventures live stream. Graham is obviously Scottish, so the algorithm or whatever kind of struggles with his accent, and sometimes the subtitles are actually hilarious. I imagine it probably struggles with mine sometimes as well, especially when I start dropping letters and words, and throat's giving me grief and I'm a bit tired. Oh, hello, Zach. I saw you, little buddy. I saw you down there. I saw you. You disappeared blooming quick, but I saw you. M&C is here as well. Hello. Oh, yeah. Weird voice speeds. Subtitles. I mean, if anyone wants to stick the subtitles on there, see what the heck comes up with for me. How long for alcohol to take off gauzy agent and back to pledge? Don't know. I've never used gauzy agent. I assume it's like Mod Podge. Wouldn't thought too long. Dettol might be a better bet though. So you using it on clear parts to make them extra shiny. And Mr. Y-Rock is here, another Zach friend. Hello, sir. How are you? And Y-Rock, Cosrock. Fun day resealing tanks. Oh, mind you, sometimes it's nice to have your hands full of silicon. Makes you appreciate the real thing more. Yes, weirdness, randomness, brain fart. Yeah. So I've never used anything on clear parts like that. I just use plastic polish if I'm going to polish them at all. That's only if it's a big canopy that's 48 scale jet that's got a seam line down the middle of the canopy that you've got to polish out. But yeah, other than that, something like a Spitfire, I wouldn't even cross my mind to even think about it. Not even the 24th scale Typhoon, I didn't. Although again, I upset people with that 24th scale Typhoon, didn't I? So I wasn't getting 600 quid on kits, paints and tools. Ooh, very easily done though. If you got 600 quid. Yeah, I hate to think what some of the months were like when I was building fast, because I was going through a lot of kits. Especially the times when I was out of work, having been made redundant and got a nice big redundancy payout, I was spending silly amounts on stuffs. Yeah, so if you can get it off and it looks okay without, then yeah. So they weren't exactly, ADA fish tank quality glass back in the day. And it was bubble mold, weren't it? It was just plastic. So, yeah, technically, you're probably best off leaving it as just plastic. But yeah, some people get upset and everything has to be super shiny. Yeah, so I can't even remember the last time heck, I've still got that Tamiya 48 Spitfire upstairs that I reviewed, and I've not even taken it out of the box. So I got that shortly after it came out. So yeah, that's a good few years ago. Can't do a driving test because the buses decide to strike on. Oh, mofos. Yeah, may as well spend some money to keep you occupied and happy. Yeah. Well, you can't take it with you. I'm kind of just hoping some of the old codgers in my family kick the bucket and leave me something before I had to start working. Um, Thankfully, only child, so when my parents kick the bucket, like, knowing how awkward they bloody are. Um, I'm just trying to think what the last model kits I finished were. I think it was the King George V and the Pink Panther. Probably. Or maybe a zombie or a monster or something like that. Shut all the test centres because the coup. Yep. Let's say Nadine was lucky. She got hers done. I mean, she passed the test last year, so they just reopened, and she got in. Adam did his theory just before all the lockdowns hit, and couple of months ago, perhaps he passed his test. So that's all good. And yeah, so our American friends, we have a slightly different way of doing driving tests. Um, it's a lot longer and more expensive. By the time you pay for your driving lessons, done your theory test, a few more driving lessons, refreshers, then paid for and done your practical test. And if you don't pass it, you have to pay for more lessons and another test. Yeah. Norway opened up yesterday all the way. Good, good, good. So I think it's the 21st we go completely COVID restriction free. I will still wear a mask for a bit though, because I've managed to go 2 years without even having a cold, so I kind of enjoy wearing a mask. Good evening, my lady. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. Which is the day after my anniversary. Yeah, about £2,500 if you pass first time. Yeah, don't think it costs quite that much. 25,000 getting the virus in one day. Yeah, and in a country with the population of Norway, that's a lot of people. Um, okay, the Omicron variant is now less virulent than the original strains were. and most people are immunized. So it's kind of like getting a dose of the flu, apparently. But I'd rather not have flu if I can help it. It's, you know, if just washing my hands occasionally and putting a bit of cloth across my face stops me catching flu, I'll do that. Now, it's worked for the Japanese for decades, so, you know. Plus, if you're looking kind of a bit ropey around here, like you haven't trimmed your nose hair or you haven't had a shave for a bit, you can stick your mask on and cover it all up. If you've been eating and forgotten to, and you got some like lasagna all around your face, you stick your mask on, no one notices. And if it's a bit cold outside, it keeps your face warm as well. Jess, hello, my dear. How are you? Good to see you. Exactly, Lady Diana. It's not that hard. I really don't see what all the fuss has been for some people. 2 hours lessons better than one, because Tom's only been the driver to the area and back. Yeah, exactly. I need to shave, trim my beard. Yeah, if I didn't shave and trim my beard, I would look like, well, within a week, I would have a full beard, and it would be mostly white. Dan's had 3 vaccines due to work, and it floored him for a few days when he caught a couple of weeks back. Yeah, I'll say. I mean, I've been unfortunate enough to have normal flu before, and yeah, that wipes you out. It's not a nice thing to have. So yeah, if I can avoid catching it, I'm going to avoid catching it. Yeah. I don't mind if they're tracking me, because I don't go anywhere interesting. Yeah, even if there is a 5G tracking chip in it, if you're not doing anything illegal or iffy, you ain't got to worry about that, have you? So, easy enough. Yeah, I'm due my booster in another. What am I due in March? Is it March or is it February? I can't remember. I got the date written down somewhere. Glad to work with Chinese. They're really paranoid about it. Keeping the 10 days quarantine before you can go back. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Lady Diane, yeah, me too. As I say, I've been smoking for 30 years now, so I don't breathe that well at the best of times. Plus, with that thing having been broken so many times, yeah, it just doesn't work anymore. Merritt says, track her for. Well, me, can I track you, Merritt? Can I stalk you? Phone bank card ain't track you anyway. So exactly. As I say, it's like, so you're worried about being tracked by some microscopic device that is apparently in the vaccine, but you're carrying a mobile phone around with you everywhere. Oh, good. I can stalk Merritt. Good. Time to install a camera 3 feet behind and 3 feet in front. Oh dear. That'd be Tent City. That's a point. Yeah, was it? There's some game of catch and cuddle going on in America today, and there's at the Super Bowl. Super Bowl. It's like rugby for scaredy cats. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, exactly. Now, the only reason to worry about being tracked is, you know, if you're doing illegal stuff. If you're not doing illegal stuff, you ain't got to worry. They're only going to track the people who are doing the illegal stuff. Car plates expired in July. Yeah, so that's something we don't have here, Lady Diane. We don't have expiring car plates. Generally, or 99% of the time, unless you get private plates, the plates that the car gets registered with are the plates that stay on it until it gets scrapped. What if they track you down during an alien invasion? Yeah, got bigger things to worry about if there's an alien invasion going on, to be honest. Will they take my fish away? Probably more likely than the Lacey Act doing it. But yeah, I'll say with us, every year a car has to be have the road tax paid on it. So depending on which band of car it is, some cars it's free. So electric cars is free. Cars with small, super efficient, environmentally friendly engines, it's free. The bigger the engine gets, the more you pay until you end up with some big gas guzzling behemoth thing. And you have to pay a lot of money, and you might not be allowed to bring it into some cities either. Which is kind of ironic given that buses have massive diesel engines, but you know. And then every year, all cars have an MOT, which is basically a standard safety check that the car is safe to be on the road. And if it fails that, you don't get to put the car on the road. So you make sure your car is safe. Yeah, exactly. As long as they feed us every day and give us water changes and clean out our filters, what's the big deal? As long as we don't have to work. I'd quite happily be someone's pet if it meant I didn't have to work. Not that I do work, let's be honest. Yeah, I mean, as the dolphins say, or said in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy when the alien invasion happened, and they all shot up into the sky, they said, "So long and thanks for all the fish." And I realise only a few people are going to get that reference. Probably because they haven't got a Babel fish. The universal translator, a fish that you stick in your ear and it translates every language into English. Great plot device. Makes travelling into alien worlds a whole lot easier to explain. Especially why everyone is speaking English in the film. Yeah, exactly. So long and thanks for all the fish. And if you haven't read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy or listened to the BBC radio show version of it, do it. Then maybe watch the video or the movie afterwards because the movie's not that great. I mean, it's got awesome cast, but the movie itself kind of sucks. It'd be cold, it'd tear up the plants, it'd be general pain to keep. You see, I'd basically be a pleco, I think. Most of the time, just chilling out, hiding up, not really doing much. Come out, have a munch when I feel like it, go back, sleep, out of the way, not cause any grief. Just live a quiet life, you know. It's all any of us really want. Too much of a departure from the life. It is a classic, Dan, it is. It's one of those things that should be taught in high school English. And you got your classics, you got your Lord of the Flies, Of Mice and Men. What other ones we do? I can't remember. The Hobbit. yeah, whichever other random books. There were Romeo and Juliet, a bunch of other stuff. Oh, where's Jack retracting all his messages? Yeah, they should add Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy to that, and Bill the Galactic Hero. Boys haven't used a cup since July. Extrovert, love to go out. During pandemic, stay in. Exactly. See, I'm an introverted extrovert. So I like to stay indoors and be on my own, but I have no shame. So for me, this format is perfect. Because I get to say my bit, have a laugh with some buddies and friends. And then when I hit stop, I'm alone. It's wonderful. Rather than Hitchhikers and Macbeth. I mean, I enjoyed Macbeth because, you know, murder, ghosts, that kind of stuff. Hamlet just made me want to smoke a cigar. Ironically, a condor. Have a condor moment while reading Hamlet. Yeah, that. Oh, going out today, first time, long time outdoor live music. Oh, that's always fun. Well, I say always, usually fun. Depends on the band or bands who are playing. Because I've been to some outdoor live concerts where I've, what on earth is that? Yeah, I mean, that is, I mean, easy for young minds to relate. It definitely would be. Me being an old fart, I related more to, you know, the classics than I did to the more modern stuff. What is this dagger before me? The handle towards my hand. Stone or rock, another metal. Ah, yeah, that would be all right then. Just have to sit back, have a puff, and just nod your head in time with the music until you smoke a little bit too much and you just go thud. Yeah, been there, done that. Oh, and tip for anyone, I mean, don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. Legally, I think I have to say that. But if you go into a Ministry concert, do not drop acid or shrooms before going to the concert. Because Ministry concerts on acid are really not good places to be. Um, trust me on that one. Okay. Yeah. Yes, that was really not a good place to be. Oh, oh, pardon me. See, Stevie P turns up my part. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Yeah. Although the way things are going at the moment, it wouldn't be surprised to me if GCSE English they started studying Spot the Dog. Even Stevie P, I have been messaging and yeah, I got excited and messed my pants. I have been messaging the reactors that I watch, trying to get them to react to Guppy Gangster, because I think that would probably be an awesome thing, especially if one of the bigger channels did it. Maybe not one of the voice coaches, no offense, but you know, but yeah, get one of the bigger channels to react to it, and you get a massive spike in subscribers and views. My internet connection has been very stable. Yeah, don't talk it up, Jeremy. Water changes, speak loud. Okay, my lady. Well, I know. There's worse effects you could have on me, Steve. Yeah, sorry, Stephen. I'm so used to calling people who. I'm so used to calling Stevens Steve that I sometimes forget. Um, I suppose the internet keeps going. Yeah. Last week went down. they're, they're probably working on something. That's normally what happens. The other week when mine was playing silly buggers, I then found out like the next day that they've been digging up the cable down the road. Yeah, let's go to tell you everything. Yeah, admittedly, with the amount of subs and views you'd get, yeah, you could cope with someone like Elizabeth Zaroff telling you that you're not doing it right. But yeah, I'm not a professional. I'm a fish keeper. I do this for fun. And then what you do is you send her a link to one of my shorts and go, "You think I'm bad? What's Sharpe?" Talk to it nicely and smack it with a hammer. Confusing. Yeah, I think that's how most cases of domestic abuse happen, isn't it, Jeremy? Right. And before we go any longer, because Stephen's had another effect on me, I've got to go pee. So I'll be back in a minute. Talk amongst yourselves. And if you've got any questions, stick them in the doobly doo. Just not what it smells like because I can't smell it. Ow, getting old. Ow. Oh. Don't tell people how my wife beats me. Yeah, I laugh about it, but it does happen. Probably happens more than people realise. Uh, although, let's be honest, some of us are up for a bit of abuse. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but whips and chains excite me, as the saying goes. So, where were we? Randomness, stream of consciousness, spankings. Yes. Spank me, spank me. Hmm. Oh, that was one of the other ones we studied at school. forget the name of it. It was actually the Marquis de Sade. So yeah, we mentioned spanking and Marriott comes back to life again. Bend over, naughty girl. 50 Shades of Sharpe. Oh, geez. Yeah, that'd be a seriously disturbing book. That's it. That's it. I've got to change my water. Get that hose in there. No, no, no. Don't use the automatic suction device. Now get your mouth around the end of that hose pipe. Get a mouthful of fish tank water, you dirty girl. Yeah, that kind of thing. Work on one thing at a time. Learn to project the voice and how to change the shape of the space inside your mouth. Game changing pitch and breathing. Yes. And Marriott is bending. Yeah. And I can do some of the weirder things with my voice, but I can't sing. I've got a big range, but none of it's in tune. That's the problem. And plus 30 years of smoking, not being able to breathe through my nose. Yeah, it doesn't work very well. It's all right. I know Marriott rather well. Let's just put it that way. Um, there's different levels of flirting for different ladies. And no one wants me to go full Sharpie. You never go full Sharpie. Because if I was going full Sharpie, that spanking, I'd have probably broken my hand or something. That'd be full Sharpie. There's that line. Yeah, it was the line out of Tropic Thunder. That really bad movie. Robert Downey Jr. doing blackface. And the smoke is going straight across the camera. So we'll finish the Ziki first. Might have been a situation. You're safe. Unless you want to be spanked. But, I'm sure Marriott would apply the correct amount of force. Snow tomorrow, 25. Oh, D. Ooh. 10 inches to the American peoples. Yeah, that's a lot of white stuff. Yeah, as long as you keep it that side of the North Sea, Marriott, I don't mind. See, that's what it is, you see. You've opened up for COVID. Now, right, no, everything's open again. Yay. And Mother Nature's gone, oh, no, it's not. Mother Nature has decided everything's going to be closed. How bad does someone have to be before it's awesome for being bad? Yes, that's the weird thing with movies, isn't it? You can get a movie that's so bad it's good, gets a cult following for its badness. But then people still somehow manage to make movies that go past that. They're that bad. They're just bad. Um, yeah. Some of the low budget horror movies are just awful. The sort of Turkish or Hong Kong rip-offs of. I mean, Turkish Spider-Man is hilariously bad. It's just awful in every way. His costume is green for a start. Turkish Star Wars is just as bad as well. But then if you think, well, the amount of money they had to make the movie with compared to the amount of money that Disney threw at the latest Star Wars movies and how bad they are. Yeah. Driving the 2 hour. Oh no, yeah, Puppy Day. You definitely don't need snow. Oh no. 4 hours driving to get Pupster. Well, I'll keep my fingers crossed. And yeah, that's what happens when you've broken all your fingers. You can cross all of them. But yes, so let me know how you get on. If I get sent a picture of you cuddling a Pupster, I'll know it all went well. What I don't want is a picture of you stuck at the side of the road somewhere in a snowbank going, bugger. And touch wood, that doesn't happen. Rain that came last night took most of the ice. That's good anyway, at least you got rid of the ice. So yeah, hopefully they've either got the weather forecast completely wrong, or if they've got it right, it's at the bottom end of the amount they're saying. Hopefully they've got it a bit wrong and it just rains a bit is all. That would be the ideal. Well, the ideal would be sunny and lovely, but Popster needs to get used to his new home, so indoors. Oh, pardon me. Getting rather windy around here today. And it's windy outside as well, so it's not just me. Oh, pardon me. Weird things happening. Did we go through this week's videos? Yeah. We went through this last week's, next week's. Yes. And while I was down LFS today, they have a new inhabitant, not for sale. It's one they've taken in from a customer or a keeper. They now have a yellow anaconda. Yes, an anaconda in a pet shop. So I think they might need to be ordering more rats in. And the Wells catfish has disappeared as well. They've got rid of that. But looking at the state of the other goldfish and carp and whatever that were in the tank with it, I think we know what it is. It's probably gone in the sump with Twinkle, the 6-foot red sail, which means it's a snack. I hope with 2 centimeters in England. What's the point? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's part of what the Lacey Act is for, I think. Why the hell does anyone need an anaconda as a pet? Hello, Brooklyn. How are you, my dear? Good evening, even. But yeah, I mean, it's okay. Yeah, I know why they have it. It's the same reason people have piranha. So they can go, look at my anaconda. I'm not to say that. Well, I should be look at my slow worm. But no, it's not. I've got an anaconda. Look at how awesome I must be. Yeah, right. What are you going to do when it gets 8 foot long and tries to eat the dog? Because that's probably what's happened, let's be honest. And it's got a lot of growing left to do. So, let's say piranhas, reticulated pythons. arowana, any of the monster fish. The only real reason people have them is to say that's what they've got. And I see them and I go, so you've got a 300-gallon tank with 2 fish in it. I mean, okay, if that's what you enjoy, I know it doesn't do anymore, but Scott and Liz of King and Queen cichlids had some monster cichlids. But they did it because that's what they liked. They looked after them, they kept them well. No one can knock what they did with their fish. They knew what they were doing. But as Lady Diane says, status symbol. It makes them think it's going to be, look at me. I've got these awesomely big, psychotically violent fish. And I'm thinking, if I had that tank, I would probably have a couple of hundred fish in it. And they would be breeding, and it would be paying for itself. Great, 124 here, Louisiana. Working on a new hardscape or progressively cleaning another tank. Right, it's 7:24 p.m. here, so a bit later. What would I do in a 300-gallon? Good question. I would probably have a Skittles tank, as I was saying to Dan the other day. But it wouldn't be a Skittles tank of shrimp. It would be a Skittles tank. Wait, bristlenose plecos. I'd have like 2 of every colour. Then I'd have plants galore, tree stumps, all that stuff, rock work, everything. 1 small sponge filter. At that point, I might actually buy myself a canister filter. Or probably, if I'm going to go 300 gallon, I'd go a sump anyway. I wouldn't bother with a canister. I'd go with the sump and keep shrimp in the sump, along with big old bundle of moss to keep the nitrates down. What fish would I keep? And I could go, you can keep anything really. So I'd probably have a colony of certain types of, certain type of pistos, if not 2 different types. I'd have all the tetras. And what looks more impressive, 1 18, 24-inch fish or a couple of hundred 1-inch fish? I mean, a shoal of a couple of hundred cardinal tetras or green or black neons or something like that scooting around. Possibly do a couple of angels. I'd pretty much do whatever the hell I liked at 300 gallon, to be honest. It's big enough that anything can get away from anything it doesn't like. But I'm with Marriott. I'd go smaller tanks. If I was going to have 300 gallons, I'd probably have 10 30-gallon tanks or 30 10-gallon tanks. I'd rather have that. Because you're going to need somewhere to grow out all the fish that are going to breed in a 300 gallon. I might even go native, because then I wouldn't have to heat it, so it'd save a lot of matter. Size doesn't matter, it's how many feet of plecos you can keep in it. Foot per gallon. So 300 feet of plecos in 1 tank. That would be awesome. We're going to need to clean our canister on a 55. This is the thing. The other thing with canisters is they're a pig to clean. I mean, they're not, once you get them out, they're fine. It's that, well, I've got to open up the cabin, I've got to disconnect the hoses, I've got to lift the bloody thing out of the cabinet, it weighs half a ton. So really what you should do with the canister is have it beside the cabinet so it's easily accessible. So you could just go, oh yeah, it's been a couple of weeks, right. You ain't got to move anything, you just open it up, pull the stuff out, clean out the sponges, pour the extra water out of the canister into a bucket or down the sink, whichever, using a net to catch all the shrimp and small fish that are in there. And completely done away with canisters, feel much more at ease. Yeah, and admittedly, I am limited to experience of one canister, but it doesn't seem to do any better. If anything, given the size of it and the amount of electric it uses, it's nowhere near as good as the Fluval U4 I've got in there. That moves more water, sucks up more gunk. So I got that canister on the 64 litre, the whatever that is, 17 gallon. And there's piles of poop in the bottom of it. I still have to go around and manually remove the poop from the tank because the bloody filter don't do it. Yeah. Difficult to fit it into the camera. Yeah. Exactly. Just, if it's easy to do, you're more likely to do it. That's how I do all my filters, apart from that one, which I do every 2 weeks. The rest of them got, so with this one, for example, while the gravel vac's pulling out a bucket full of water, I'm cleaning out the, lean it forward, open the lid, pull the sponges out, squeeze them out into the bucket, put them back in, job done. So the next bucket, do the same with the box filter, with those, same with the filters in those. Every other tank, the Fluval Flex is really easy to do. You just pull a bit of sponge out the back of the tank. Stuff it in a bucket of water, give it a good old squeeze, get the gunk out, put it back in the tank, job done. You've cleaned your filter. Why do people think canisters are the be all and end all? I don't know. Oh, but an internal filter looks ugly in the tank. What, and those two honking great pipes sticking in it don't. Need a new filter mat, change every 3 months. Breeding guppy, shrimp, and pleco. Yeah, if you're breeding plecos in there, yeah, it's going to be full of poop. As I say, the ones with plecos in get all their filters cleaned out twice a week and water changed twice a week because the amount of muck that baby plecos produce, or plecos in general. But then, 150 in a 6-gallon tank is probably quite a bit. Daniel's here. Good evening, sir. How are you? Another week done. We're just dissing canister filters at the moment and why they're annoying and how internal filters are so much easier to clean. Like the Oase Biomaster, the inbuilt pre-filter. Yeah, that's a great idea, the inbuilt pre-filter. But depending on the way that or where the canister is, if the canister's in the cabinet and you go clunk and you can't actually get the pre-filter out, you still got to move the bloody canister to get the pre-filter out. So can't wait to change this. Almost all sponges so much quieter. I think the quietest filters of all are actually things like the Fluval U4s. I'm just saying that because that's what I've got. Came with the tank 3.5 years ago. I haven't had to replace anything in it. I mean, the sponge is disintegrated a couple of times and the floss pads have, but 2 days off, got canister filters on both the tanks. And yeah, I bet you're not looking forward to cleaning them, are you, Dan? Hey? Hate cleaning hobs and internals. I just find the hobs and the internals are just easier. You just lift the lid, pull the sponge out, squeeze it in the bucket, put the sponge back, job done. Yeah, Fluval U series are great filters. I say, because I've got the U4 there. The top 3 tanks there, I've got the U1s in. Sun, so that's Allpon's, well, as it is over here, an Allpon Solutions filter. And Dan's probably got a very similar view of Allpon Solutions stuff as I have. Let's be honest. Customized marine run, took the sponges. Yeah, I can get that with a marine. Because compared to a tropical or a freshwater tank, marine tanks are massively understocked. Clean bigger filters work, so canisters nothing. Yeah, true. There is that as well. Just some minor ones. The ones I'm glad I don't have to clean out, the sumps at Swallow. I know I hate to know what that freshwater sump, because it's huge. I've seen it. Yeah, the sump is big enough for a 6-foot red-tailed catfish to live in. Let's be honest. So, yeah, you don't want to be cleaning that out too often. Came with the used 40 breed. Yeah, that's the only reason I've got one, is I got given a tank and it came with one, so might as well use it. Because the other filters that came with it were garbage. It came with one of those Phoenix Stingray ones as well. And I thought, oh, cool, you know. Opened it up and oh my god, is that it? You got this massive sort of Stingray shaped filter and there's like 2 tiny little bits of sponge in there like that, and you're thinking, really? That's gonna suck. But yeah, I was saying marine I really don't know about, so I will keep them. But yeah, at some point I probably will end up with a salt tank. And all I've really got to do is sell the Shelleys and that'll be ready. Something like that anyway. Fist bump to Chris. How you doing, little buddy? Hope you're looking forward to getting a pupster to play with too. Yeah, I'll say, so if I did go salty, it would literally be a case of take the shell dwellers out of the Fluval Flex and drain the water and put salt water in it, and job done. And then stick a couple of mollies in it. You know, I've got mollies. Yeah, about the only thing I'd have. Yeah, I'd probably have to buy some more rocks, but you know, they're easy enough to find. Yeah, perhaps I should at some point if I ever get bored of shell dwellers. Sean isn't here, is he? No, good. I think Marritt's getting a little staffy. Little staffy terrier. A lick monster, basically. Yeah, I think that's what I'd do for. I mean, it kind of looks like a marine tank at the minute because it's got like red and green algae on the back of it. So, you know, might have to like, you know, turn on some of the other colour lights in there and turn them up a bit, but I don't want any glow in the dark rocks. So, yeah, as I say, I mean, what if I did? You know, in theory, if I did convert the Fluval Flex to marine, what kind of stocking would I be able to put in it? Are we talking literally a couple of tiny little fish and that's it? And maybe a shrimp and a snail? You know, or could I go with a dozen fish and 30 snails and 800 shrimp? Yeah, it always just looks very complex to me, salt water. Oh, Lady Diana's going to need a baby pleco tank. Sponges in a reef are nitrate traps. I think lots of different algae, hair, and cyano. Think about. Yeah, true. Yeah, they can be, but you know, I say with the bio load that you're going to have in there being so low. For me, I'm talking in the flex and clean. If I speak much louder, Lady Diane, my microphone starts crackling. So yeah. Oh, as Steph's polishing and filter pad. Cool. As far as how much waste corals make. Yeah, so I wouldn't be keeping corals. That's the thing. Although I'd probably buy a few bits of live rock from somewhere local. If I subscribe, you'll put up a short of baby pleco tank. Oh, definitely. I'm always looking to see baby plecos because I never see those. Uh, yeah, I've got a couple of baby pleco songs to come as well for my shorts. But yes, yeah, I know. The main thing I know about salty tanks, other than the water needs to be salty, 2 months and 30 days. Remember, if it was what tomorrow, you get a free milestone chat. Oh dear. Maybe next week then, Steph. So marine tank's beautiful to look at, but you don't want one. Yeah, same here. Really, kind of. But it does seem to me that they are a lot more susceptible to things like nitrate and stuffs in the water. And I did kind of think, well, what if I just grew some bladderwrack or kelp or sea lettuce in there? That'd suck all the nitrate out of the water. But apparently that's a no-no because it takes over the tank. Like marine people haven't got a pair of scissors they can cut seaweed with. I don't know. And Crypt Keeper's here. Evening, evening. Popping in saying hi. So yeah, I think I'm probably going to have to actually sit and watch some how-to from the very beginning of marine salty stuff. I mean, I'd be kind of tempted to go native just because that would really upset everyone in the saltwater community if I did a North Sea tank. What do you reckon, Dan? Do you reckon that'd be a good idea? A North Sea tank? You know, brown sludgy water, grey fish that you never see, the occasional floating condom or log. Yeah, that's a couple of syringes. Oh, yeah. For anyone who lives places where the seas are wonderful and blue and clear, and yeah, it's in the North Sea. It's cold and brown. A dead person. Yep. A World War II mine sitting in there. World War One mine even. They keep washing up. Um, actually, that's one thing I'd have to do. Shopping trolley, broken keys bucket. Coney Island whitefish, you call them. Ah. Yeah, so we North Sea is mainly like cod, flounder, haddock, whiting, conger eels. Oh, there's one. Conger eels. Supplying tank and equipment for a native marine tank for the Sheringham Museum. Oh, very cool. Very cool. And making sure it has donated by Maidenhead Aquatics Norwich on the sticker on there somewhere, no doubt. And doing a video. Actually, that's more. I am subscribed to the Maidenhead Aquatics channel. Don't be embarrassed. I've been doing a bunch of updates of all the shops or stores, but they haven't done Norwich yet that I've seen. You'll get on to them about that. Hey, get your butts down here with a camera. Film our shop. Because I'm sure there's probably more people going to watch it on your Maidenhead's channel than on mine. Oh, pardon me. Well, it's been a few years, so I might have to go and do another one. Not donated, they're actually paying for it. Wow. All right. Let's set up my Maidenhead Aquatics. Anything post set up is not our fault. Yeah, that's yeah, North Sea fish. Oh, we do have some rather pretty fish. I mean, the peacock wrasse and some of the little blennies and things that you'll find in rock pools are quite pretty, but the majority of the fish around here in the sea are kind of grey, green, or brown. It kind of matches the colour of the sea and the seabed and the seaweed. I mean, if there was a North Sea pufferfish, it would have evolved to look like a sea mine by now. You can guarantee that. The North Sea minefish. And something touches one of the sticky outy bits and it goes. Oh, Fishkeeper Scotland up here. Apparently Maidenhead confused people. Yeah, I've had that as well. I've got some fish. Oh, where did you go? I went to Maidenhead Aquatics. You went all the way to Maidenhead for fish? No, it's in Norwich. Maidenhead's not in Norwich. No, that's the name of the chain. It's in Knockcuts. Oh, why didn't you just say Knockcuts Fish Shop then? Because it's not Knockcuts Fish Shop, it's Maidenhead. Yeah, I know. Mind you, Swallow Aquatics does sound a bit weird as well when you think about it. When you're given some of the fish they've got, it happens fairly regularly. We've still not had anyone buy the bamboo shark, which I'm kind of disappointed with. I mean, I like seeing it, but I just like the thought that there's someone local with a big enough marine tank to take them in. Yeah, exactly. It's yeah. People are. Don't get me started on that. Oh, let me guess. You have people buy stuff in Knockcuts and come into you for a refund when it's broken. I can just imagine that. Or people buy something from you and then take it to or then call Knockcuts when they've got a problem with it. Yeah. Yeah. When I worked in the model shop down at Snetterton, yeah, we got phone call after phone call for You know, I bought this the other day, and we don't sell those. Yes, you do. I bought it on the market. Yeah, this isn't the market. This is the model shop. Oh, it's the same thing. No, it's not. The market is all independent traders. What you need to do is get hold of the market stall holder. Yeah, dealt with that a lot. In the end, we basically, yeah, I can imagine. And I bet there are people who've got Not Cuts gift cards who come in and try and hand you a Not Cuts gift card or rewards card. Yeah, yeah, I can see that one happening as well. Yeah. It says Maidenhead of Quacks over the door. Oh, lady dies on a ciggy break and found mystery snail higgies. Ooh, yay, mystery snails. One thing that is still on the blacklist in the UK. We can have apple snails, which are basically the same thing, but we can't have mystery snails. Yeah, I'll say, don't worry, Dan. I've worked plenty of retail. I know that. When I worked in Sainsbury's, I had someone at my till arguing with me that I should take their Tesco Club card. It's like, seriously. It was kind of semi-understandable when I worked in One Stop and people would ask, do you take the Tesco Club card? Because Tesco owns One Stop. So that kind of makes sense. But when you're in Sainsbury's, to American viewers, that's like going into Walmart and asking if they take a Costco card. Right? it's that level of dumb. It's just like, yeah, you just want to, oh my God. You know, going into IKEA and saying, yeah, here's my B&Q card. Or Homeless Despot, sorry, Home Depot. Sean! He missed that part of the conversation. How you doing, Shawnee? Yeah. Lady Di is going to have snabies soon. And I'm wondering if my mollies are eating my snail eggs, because I'm not getting many new snails in there, and I've got some very fat and happy mollies that are growing rather rapidly. So I think we might have to get the mollies out of the snail tank. Because they don't touch the pond snail eggs in the other tanks, but I've got a funny feeling they're eating the ram's horn eggs. But hey, I can deal with a few lost clutches of ram's horns. That's not a problem. Lost clutch of bristle noses, yeah, then the culprit goes bye-bye. Though he's lucky I didn't feed him to the cat, to be honest. That's what I felt like doing when I found it. But yeah, as I say, working in retail. If you've not worked in retail, you really don't know how dumb some people can be. It's just, oh my God. Sean says F retail, exactly. So Sean's been there, done that. But yeah, just emptied the breeding net back into use again. Breeding machines. It's how often do you see this tank without a breeder box in it? You don't. Because that batch of bristle noses come out of there when there's another batch got to go in it. And at some point, I'm probably going to get to let's be honest here. At some point, I'm probably going to end up with 2 or 3 breeder boxes all across the front of the tank. 2 angelfish in a goldfish bowl. Yeah, that's been done. Oh, to be fair, that's probably better than 2 goldfish in a goldfish bowl. Ooh, burgundy and magentas, very pretty. So I just got pink and blue ram's horns, nerites, trumpet snails. I haven't got many trumpet snails left now, though they've mostly been eaten. And people are shocked clownfish don't live in fresh water. Yeah, exactly. Have you seen the film? There are sharks and stuff. There's your clue. Yeah. Yeah. As I mean, some of the, I would think, I mean, it's different types of questions, but I would think working in a model shop and work, or any specialty shop or store, let's be honest, whether it be a model shop, aquatic shop, electronics shop, somewhere that's a specialist. I mean, they're different questions, but yeah, same kind of level of. Excuse me, are you allowed to breed? It's just you develop this kind of where you're polite and you're, oh yes, 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 I'm very sorry, but we can't do that. Or you develop this persona of calm, polite professionalism, whereas inside you not. And generally, as soon as you dealt with that customer and you've got 5 minutes or 30 seconds, you take yourself out of the back and you have a damn good swear. How did you survive the wound? Yeah. Best part of you ran down your mama's leg. That's the other good one. New version of that video, 2 angelfish, 1 bowl. Oh. Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, right? Hypothetically speaking, I'm not going to do it. Oh, Lady Diana's flooded her basement. I'm not going to go any further than that. When you think about it, I mean, the size of angelfish, because goldfish bowls tend to be as high as they are around. So if you've got a basic filter and a heater in there, 2 angelfish in a goldfish bowl is going to be better and safer and healthier for the fish than 2 goldfish in a goldfish bowl. But then, I'd rather have a goldfish bowl than a biorb, let's put it that way. Goldfish bowls are a lot easier to clean. A biorb, to clean the filter, you've basically got to empty the entire tank. Because the filter media is just the gravel and the lava rock in the bottom. So if you want to clean the gunk out, you got to strip the entire tank down to clean the gunk out of it. There's Scotty Boy, or Dead-Eye Dick, as is otherwise known. I'm sure I'd rather have a biorb. I'm true, you can get more money for selling the biorb second hand than a goldfish bowl. No, it's one of those ones where you look at it and you think, yeah, how the heck are you supposed to clean it? How are you supposed to do that? What? No. And for the price of them, I'd rather have a Fluval Flex. Holds more water, easier to clean, better filter, better light. First thought was that's going to make an extra big bong. Yeah, true. That is probably the best use for it. Yeah, that is going to be the best use for a biorb, to just make a massive bong out of it. Or a terrarium. It'd work as a terrarium, but not for anything living. But anyway, my time is up. Biolbs is just crap. That's why we sell the media, but not the tanks. Yeah. They're form over function. They're designed to look good and be designer and cool and trendy, and then actually working is like, well, I suppose we can do that. 5 more hours. Cool. Definitely not. I need another pee. And Brienne is going on now, I believe. Brienne's Fish Fam. And I'm nice. I don't like running over other people's streams. So if you're going to pop in, say hi to Brienne, say hi from me, because I'm going to the loo and then getting something to eat, because I haven't eaten anything yet today. So thank you very much, everyone, for showing up, turning up, being here, being cool, putting up with my rubbish waffling, yawning, burping, farting, trying to stay awake. Have fun. Peace out. Rock on. Bye-bye. Sunday shop, do 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 do. Sunday shop, do 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 do. Sunday shop, do 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 do.